Hello everybody, this is your choreography for your competition tap piece. The name of your dance this year is called Percussion Discussion, and we will be using the tap boards again. I have an extra one because I know there's 6 of you. Hi Jeff. So we're going to use those, and we're going to be doing all kinds of crazy rhythms. The music is just drums. There's no words, no melody, just a bunch of drum rhythms, and we're going to create percussion with our feet. So I'm going to get started. It's going to start with different groups. There's a whole bunch of different groups happening at the same time throughout the dance, so I'll let you know what's happening, and I'll let you know who's doing what when. When I see you, I have to see heights and things like that. We will work on a lot of these exercises in your class. So I'm going to get started. Alright, so the first group, whoever that is, it's going to be 2 people, so 3 groups, 2, 2, and 2. First group is going to start, and everybody's pretty much doing all of these steps, so just learn all the steps, and then I'll let you know what you do when. So, first group, you hold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 8, 0, 1. Okay, so you're just going to kind of scuff your feet forward, so it's not, it's more of a 8, 0, 1, a 2, 0, 3, 2 Irishes. Okay, I'm going to do that again faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, and then the next group will do that while the first group does the next part. The next part is just on the quarter note. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're going to do 1 second. Okay, sorry. You're going to do toe, step, plonk, plonk, step. Okay, so if you're in the first group, you do. Sorry. Step together on that. Okay? And then the next group will do that. So the very first thing everyone does is the. Okay, and you're going to kind of be in a V formation, like the boards will be set in a V, 3 on each side, and you'll be facing a partner. Because it's called percussion discussion, so you have to face each other and kind of have a little discussion going on. So, next rhythm is condos number 6. But this dance is heavily in a triplet pattern, 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a. Most steps are going to be in a triplet. So the next step, condos number 6, is going to be 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6, 7, 8. So it's not your normal condos rhythm. It's not. Okay, which is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 and. Okay, it's not that. It's 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6, 7, 8. So pineapple, 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 pine. Okay, so all 3 of those things together. So that's your rhythm if you do all 3. The first group does all 3. The second group starts with the stamp that you all start with. Okay, second group does that, and then the next part, which is so you don't do the condos. And then the third group, all you do is the first part. Okay, then, so that's 3 counts of 8. You held like 1 count of 8. That's 3 counts of 8. 1 more count of 8, you're going to switch boards. Okay, and all you do to switch boards is, some of you already know this stuff, you're gonna do stamp, clap, stamp, stamp, clap. Okay, so you're going one board to another. Okay, and you just get off of your board and go boom, and then get on to the next board as soon as you can. Alright, we'll see how far you have to go on that. Okay, then once you get to those boards, you're on the next board. We're going to do a roll off, which is just cramp rolls. 1 and a 2, blueberry blue, cramp roll. Okay, so it'll be a 6-person roll off. First person goes 1 and a 2, second person's going to go 2 and a 3, next person 3, and then the next person 4, next person 5, 6. Okay, so you start on the count. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 6 and a 7, sorry. So you're done by 7. Then everyone's going to jump off your board. I'm not sure where, side, back, front. We'll see what the next part brings when I'm formatting you in class. But last person's done with 6 and a 7, 8. Okay, and you just jump off your board. Okay, so that last part, you switched boards. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7, 8. Everybody is on 8. Okay, I'm going to go on. Once you do that, you're going to just move around, and you're not going to be on boards. You're going to move around the boards. You're going to do a series of shuffle ball changes. But again, everything's in a triplet rhythm. So you just did 8. You're going to start on the 1. So 1. That's your first part of your shuffle. Your pattern is 1, 2, 3, 1. Let me make sure. Hold on. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 1, and you're gonna count the shuffles. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1. Then it's gonna go back like kind of reversed, which I'll talk about in a minute. But your pattern on the first part, you just did 8. You're gonna do 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 8. Okay, so notice count the shuffles. 1, then 2 shuffles, then 3 shuffles, then 1 shuffle. Okay, and again, it starts on the 1, so not and 1, it's 1 and. Okay, so you just did 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7, 8. Okay, then you go. So after you go 8, 1 and a 2 and a 3. Okay, 1 shuffle, 2 shuffles, 3 shuffles, 1 shuffle. Okay, but it keeps rolling. Okay. Then you are going to reverse that. Let me make sure I'm right here. Okay, it's the same pattern repeated. So you did 1, 2, 3, 1. You're going to do that again. 1, 2, 3, 1. Okay, so just keep it rolling. The second time you do it, it doesn't start on the 1, but you just keep going. So we'll figure out what count that is in a minute. So I'm going to do it 2 times. 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 a 6 and a 7 and a 8 and a 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 8. So after you do the last, okay, and your rhythm again just keeps counting pineapples. Pineapple, 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 shuffle, pineapple, shuffle, button, shuffle, shuffle. Okay, so just know the pattern, and then the rhythm is the challenging part. Okay, I'm going to do both of those together one more time. 1, last one. Stamp, stamp. Okay, and you're moving around on all that. Traveling around to a new spot. Okay, after you do that, so you just did, okay, there's a little pause there. You're going to do rolling shuffles, stepping on 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1 second. So you're doing 7 of them and then stamp on 8. So step on the 1, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and that happens after all those shuffle ball changes. And you're still moving around, so like there's a ton of shuffling going on. So just learn those patterns, and it's pretty quick. It's about 1 and a 2 and a 3 and a 4 and a 5 and a 6 and a... Sorry. Shuffle, ball change, stamp, stamp. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, a little pause in between. And obviously you're starting everything with your right foot. Okay, one last thing for this video. Okay, so you're going to do a little double toe stand, but slow. So you're going to go 1 and a 2, kind of like a cramp roll rhythm. Okay, and you're going to do this in 2 groups. One side will do it, then the other side will do it, and then there's 4 counts for a little solo, which we'll talk about. There's a couple solos, just like 4 count quick solos for a trick or a rhythm or whatever. Okay, so one side of the room will go 1 and a 2, the other side will go 3 and a 4. Okay, and then a solo will go 5, 6, 7, 8. 5 and a 6 and a 7 and a 8 or whatever. Okay, all right, I'm going to stop this video and go to the next one.